At 63, Tom Cruise, Hollywood's tireless action legend, has done the unthinkable. For over 4 decades, he has lived by discipline, secrecy, and an almost robotic professionalism. But now, the man who once vowed never to speak of personal matters has broken his silence. In a private interview, later leaked by someone close to his inner circle, Cruise reportedly listed the 5 stars he despises the most. Not out of jealousy, not out of ego, but, in his words, because they forgot what loyalty means. The revelation stunned the industry. For years, Cruise's image was carefully curated, flawless, fearless, untouchable. But insiders say this confession wasn't about scandal. It was about release. 5 names, 5 betrayals, 5 stories that expose the darker side of Hollywood's most guarded man. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, Brooke Shields. Their feud began quietly, with a book. In 2005, actress Brooke Shields published Down Came the Rain, chronicling her battle with postpartum depression. But when she endorsed antidepressants on national television, Tom Cruise erupted. As a devoted Scientologist, Cruise called psychiatry a dangerous fraud, claiming Brooke didn't need medication, only vitamins and willpower. It wasn't just a disagreement. It was a public attack. Shields fired back in the New York Times. Tom should stick to saving the world from aliens and let women handle their own health. The word stung. Insiders said Cruise felt betrayed by Hollywood's hypocrisy. Friends revealed he muttered during a meeting, "They'll crucify me for telling the truth." But the backlash was massive. Late-night hosts mocked him. Studios grew nervous. Years later, Cruise privately apologized, but the damage was done. Brooke forgave him publicly. Yet those close to her say she never truly forgot the humiliation. And for Cruise, the experience became a lifelong scar. Proof that conviction could destroy connection. Number 4, Brad Pitt. They were once Hollywood's golden duo. Handsome, fearless, larger than life. But in the early 90s, while filming Interview with the Vampire, their chemistry turned toxic. Tom wanted control, said a crew member. Brad just wanted to act. The two couldn't stand each other's methods. Brad's laid-back approach clashed with Tom's intense perfectionism. Pitt later admitted there was a competitiveness that got out of hand. Tom was the quarterback. I was the wide receiver trying not to get crushed. On set, the atmosphere was freezing, literally and emotionally. One insider recalled, between takes, they wouldn't speak. You could feel the tension every time they locked eyes. After filming, they went separate ways. For decades, they never shared a frame again. But when Pitt joked years later about needing a stunt double to handle Tom's energy, Cruise was livid. He hates being mocked, said a longtime assistant. To him, it's not a joke. It's disrespect. Even now, when asked if he'd ever work with Pitt again, Cruise simply smiles. The kind of smile that hides a lifetime of grudges. Number 3, Nicole Kidman. She was his love, his partner, his co-star, and in the end, his undoing. Tom Cruise met Nicole Kidman on Days of Thunder when he was Hollywood's golden boy. They married young, beautiful, unstoppable. But fame and faith became their battlefield. As Tom rose deeper into Scientology, Nicole grew distant. Insiders claim church leaders viewed her as a distraction, someone who didn't fully submit. Then came Eyes Wide Shut, a film about sexual jealousy, directed by Stanley Kubrick. It mirrored their real life too perfectly. They weren't acting, one crew member said. They were unraveling. By 2001, it was over. Nicole's words after their divorce cut deep. I feel like my life began again. Tom took it as betrayal. He never spoke ill of her publicly, but friends say he was haunted by her freedom and her success afterward. When she won her Oscar, cameras caught Tom clapping, politely. But as one insider whispered, he wasn't clapping for her. He was clapping for the ghost of what they used to be. Number 2, Matt Lauer. In 2005, during an infamous Today Show interview, Matt Lauer challenged Cruise's stance on psychiatry. The exchange turned explosive. "You don't know the history of psychiatry, Matt." Cruise snapped, "I do." The clip went viral, turning the once beloved actor into a late-night punchline. Behind the scenes, Cruise was humiliated. "He felt ambushed," said a producer. "He thought it was going to be about his new movie, not a debate." Lauer's smirk throughout the segment only fueled the fire. Cruise's team begged him to stay calm. Instead, he doubled down, calling Lauer glib. That word, glib, became a meme before memes existed. The fallout was brutal. Paramount reconsidered deals. Studio heads whispered that Cruise had lost control. Years later, when Lauer's own scandal ended his career, one insider claimed Tom found quiet satisfaction. He didn't celebrate. He didn't gloat. He just said softly, "Karma never rushes." Number 1, Steven Spielberg. They once called them the Dream Duo. Minority Report and War of the Worlds made billions, cementing their friendship as creative equals. But it didn't last. After Cruise's 2005 media meltdown, the Oprah couch incident, the Lauer interview, the public ridicule, Spielberg reportedly distanced himself. He stopped taking calls, avoided joint press tours, and, according to insiders, let Cruise take the fall alone. To Tom, it was betrayal of the highest order. He believed Spielberg was family, said a former assistant. He thought they'd stand together when things got ugly. Instead, Spielberg protected his brand. Tom never confronted him publicly, but the wound was permanent. When asked about Spielberg years later, he replied, "He's a great filmmaker. Nothing more, nothing less." Those who know Cruise best say that single sentence revealed everything. Because for Tom, silence isn't forgiveness, it's exile. But here's what Hollywood never understood. That list wasn't an act of vengeance. It was a confession written in exhaustion. After a lifetime of discipline, Tom Cruise finally allowed himself to feel anger, regret, even loss. According to an insider, he said quietly, "These people, they made me human again. Pain does that." Each name carried a lesson. Brooke taught him humility. Brad taught him rivalry. Nicole taught him heartbreak. Matt taught him restraint. Steven taught him detachment. When the list leaked, the tabloids called it Tom's revenge. But those who truly know him call it something else: closure. Today, at 63, Tom Cruise stands alone at the top of an empire he built with blood, sweat, and silence. He still performs his own stunts, still risks his life for art, still smiles for cameras that once crucified him. But behind that smile is a man who's seen every form of loyalty break. He's not the fearless daredevil the world imagines. He's a survivor of Hollywood's cruelest illusion, that success brings peace. Now, when he races through the sky in mission, impossible. It's not just acting. It's escape. Because no matter how high he flies, the ghosts of those 5 names still follow, reminding him that even legends bleed. And in the end, Tom Cruise's greatest stunt isn't surviving danger. It's surviving people.